Hello students, now in class 11th I will tell you about the beats of the sound, and I have told you the interference, and now I told you that when the superposition of the sound waves takes place, there are three phenomena that happens. The one is the interference, second the beats, third the stationary waves, and fourth the Lissajous figures. So now I am going to tell you about the beats. Beats in sound. When two sound waves of equal amplitude and different frequencies propagate in a medium simultaneously. In same direction. They superpose with each other such that the intensity of sound is maximum and minimum at a point in the medium. This phenomena is called beats of sound waves. So what we have? When two sound waves of equal amplitude, first is what? The amplitude must be equal, and different frequencies propagate in a medium simultaneously in the same direction. They superpose with each other such that the intensity of the sound is maximum and minimum at a point in the medium. This phenomena is called the beats of sound. What happens in case of interference? The maximum and minimum intensity were produced some at the different points, But here at the same point, the intensity, the maximum and then the minimum. Again maximum and this minimum. So this kind of maximum and minimum at a single point. This is called the beats. So the waves which interfere in the same phase at a point, they also interfere in the opposite phase in the same point. The waves which interfere constructively at a point also interfere destructively destructively at the same point. Because the phase difference between waves is not constant. So it varies. The waves which interfere constructively at a point also interfere destructively at the same point, because the phase difference between the waves is not constant. The phase difference is time dependent. The phase difference is time dependent. And you know that in case of the interference, the phase difference was constant. That was not the time dependent, but that was the independent of the time. So because of that, the waves which are interfering at a point constructively, they will interfere destructively on the another point. But here is, because the phase is not constant, so at the single point, the waves interfere constructively and destructively. The time between two consecutive maxima or minimum is called Beats time period. Beats time period. the number of maxima and minima. In 1 second is called beats frequency. Maximum minimum is maximum intensity and minimum intensity. It means that beats takes place whenever there is the phase difference of the waves is not constant. The beats frequency is equal to the difference of frequencies of the waves. The beats frequency is equal to the difference of frequencies of the waves. And now I will give you the analytical treatment of this beats of the sound. So beats frequency. N equal to N1 minus N2 if N1 greater than N2, and this is equal to N2 minus N1 if N1 is less than N2. Here we have taken the frequency of first wave the N1, second wave the N2. So if N1 is greater than N2, then N1 minus N2 is the beats frequency, and if N1 is less than N2, then N2 minus N1 is the frequency, the beats frequency. So this is I will tell you next to this is the analytical treatment of this beats. Analytical treatment of beats. Let's two sound waves have frequencies N1 and N2. Their equations wave equations y1 equal to a sine omega 1 t, and this omega 1 equal to 2 pi n1. So this y equal to a sine 2 pi n1 t, and y2 equal to a sine 2 pi n2 t. Here this omega 2 equal to 2 pi n2. So I have put like this one 2 pi n2 t. A is the amplitude. You are looking that the amplitude of both the waves are equal. Where A equal to amplitude of each wave So the resultant displacement y equal to y1 plus y2. So here we have this a sin 2 pi n1t plus a sin 2 pi n2t. So a you take common, and this is now sin 2 pi n1t plus sin 2 pi n2t. Now here we will apply the trigonometrical formula sin c plus sin d equal to 2 sin c plus dy2 into cos c minus dy2. Applying sin c plus sin d equal to 2 sin c plus d upon 2 into cos c minus d upon 2. This is the formula that we will apply here. We have therefore y equal to, this is now your 2a sin c is what 2 pi n1t and d is what 2 pi n2t. So first we will add, then 2 pi t is common in both, so we are having this 2 pi n1 plus n2 into t into cos 2 pi n1 minus n2 into t. So we have this 2a cos 2. Now let a equal to 2a cos pi n1 minus n2 into t. So in place this thus pi is equal to a sin 2 pi n1 plus n2 into t. Now this will be divided by 2 also, so this term 2 will cancel from here. This is so much. And now you can see from here that when we have dropped to this one, so this 2a cos pi n1 minus n2 into t, this is the amplitude. So this is the resultant wave. It is the equation of resultant wave. It is the equation of resultant wave. So what we have, this a is the amplitude, a equal to amplitude of resultant wave. And you can see that the frequency of resultant wave is n1 plus n2. That this is not just like this n1 or n2, but this is the sum of the two. n1 plus n2 equal to frequency of resultant wave. Resultant wave. So now the intensity, we know that the intensity depends upon the amplitude. So intensity I proportional to A square, this we know. So I is equal to K A square, where K is constant. K equal to constant. So what we have here, we put this value, therefore I is equal to K, and in place of A we write down this ones 2A cos pi n1 minus n2 into t. This is now whole square. So this is now 4 K A square cos square pi n1 minus n2 into t. This is equal to I. Now we can see for maximum intensity. For maximum intensity, this term must be maximum. So cos square pi n1 minus n2 into t equal to 1, or this cos pi n1 minus n2 into t equal to plus minus 1. Both the values are here. This being in the square, it will be plus minus 1. So this pi n1 minus n2 into t, this is equal to what? This is equal to now 0, and then this pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 6 pi, and so on. So you can have this is equal to 2 pi exclude to this one, this 2 pi 2n minus 1 into pi. 0 will also be included here. Zero will be included. 2n plus 1, where this n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can have that this t is equal to, therefore t equal to, this is your 2n plus 1 pi upon n1 minus n2 into pi. So this pi will cancel. So we will have this t equal to 2n plus 1 upon n1 minus n2. So now put the value of these one, then this t is equal to what? First is now 0, then this is now your 1. और मल्टीपल हो गया, n pi होना चाहिए, n pi, n equal to so much, so this is your n pi, pi will cancel, so this is your n upon n. So now you put this now 0, then this is 1 upon n1 minus n2, this is 2 upon n1 minus n2, this is 3 upon n1 minus n2, and so on. So this must be the integral multiple of pi. Integral multiple of pi. And now you can see from here that the time period between two consecutive maximum beats time period t is equal to 1 upon n1 minus n2. So either you take the difference of these two or difference of these two or difference of these two, this will come out to be so much. So frequency beats frequency is equal to 1 upon t, and this is 1 upon n1 minus n2. So this is equal to n1 minus n2. This is the Beats frequency. So this is for the maximum intensity, and for minimum intensity, this cos square pi n1 minus n2 into t, this must be equal to 0. So what we have, this cos pi n1 minus n2 into t, this is equal to 0. So this is your pi n1 minus n2 into t is equal to what we have, this pi upon 2, 3 pi upon 2, 5 pi upon 2, and so on. So this is equal to pi n1 minus n2 into t is equal to n minus 1 into pi upon 2. Odd multiple n equal to n equal to 0, then we take this pi by 2, 2n plus 1, n equal to 0, then this, n equal to 1, then this, n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So what we have? Now this is for the maximum intensity, then we take the minimum intensity. So this will take place that t is equal, this is now 2n plus 1 into pi upon 2 upon pi n1 minus n2. So pi will cancel from both. So this is equal to 2n plus 1 upon n1 minus n2 into 1 by 2. Therefore, t equal to, if I take n equal to 0, then this is 1 by 2. 1 upon 2 into 1 upon n1 minus n2. And now take the 1, then this is now 3 upon 2. n1 minus n2, then this is now 5 upon 2, n1 minus n2 and so on. So you can see the beats time period. Beats time period t is equal to, either you subtract this from this or this from this, so any two consecutive. So you will find that this is again equal to 1 upon n1 minus n2. Therefore beats frequency is equal to 1 upon t, and this is equal to 1 upon n1 minus n2. n1 minus n2. So this is equal to n1 minus n2. So beats frequency is again the difference of the frequencies. So you can see that in both the kinds, and also you find that these points also lie between these points. So first, in the case of maximum, we will have the 0, and then after 0 we are having this 1 by 2 into 1 upon n1 minus n2, and then we will have there this 1 upon n1 minus n2, and then next will be 3 by 2 n1 minus n2. So what will we have? For maxima and minima at a point in medium, the time this t is equal to, first we take 0, then this is your 1 upon 2 n1 minus n2, then 1 upon n1 minus n2, then 3 upon 2 n1 minus n2, then 2 upon n1 minus n2, and then this is now your 5 upon 2 n1 minus n2, and so on. So what do you see? This is maxima, then minima, maxima, then minima, maxima, and then minimum. So at a single point, the intensity is being maxima and minimum. This is giving you the beats. So the difference between one maxima and one minimum, between two consecutive maxima or two consecutive minimum, that will give you the time period. So here we will have that this is now 0, this is 1 upon 2 n1 minus n2, then this one. So we are consecutively we are getting this maxima and minima at a single point. It shows that maximum and minimum takes place at a single point. This is what the theoretical explanation of beats in sound. And to listen the beats, the frequency difference must not be more than 10, because this is our sensitivity of the ear, that it can distinguish the two frequencies when the time period between them is 0.1 second. So this is the time period, then definitely the frequency n1 minus n2 should not be more than 10. So you all like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you very much.